It's Nino Radio. Oh yeah. Is anybody out there? Let's go. What up, y'all? God bless everybody watching now on the repeat. Let's go. What up, y'all? Late Night MAGA. It's 10 o'clock. You know where your kids are? Christy, there.
Nino, I'm here. How are you?
I'm good, sis. Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of flabbergasted. I'm kind of appalled. I'm kind of just discombobulated. I don't know what else to say here. Welcome to the show, y'all. It's Nino Radio.
Disgusted.
Yeah, discuss everything, y'all. Late night live talk show. Hey, this is the late nighter, y'all. Hey, tomorrow we should have, I'm hoping, Pastor Mejia. I'm wearing the shirt, y'all, from First Works Baptist Church in California. We're probably gonna work on a video tomorrow, y'all. So y'all check us out tomorrow, hopefully. Christy, how are you doing, sis?
I'm disgusted, Nino. I can't even lie. Like the live that we had earlier and
We're gonna talk about that.
everything, that happened with it just has me like really disgusted and perturbed and has me like going back into a mindset of the kids that I used to work with. And we can talk about all that whenever we get to it.
Shout out everybody watching now on the repeat, ladies and gentlemen. We just got fiery live. I didn't think it would go like that. I guess I kind of messed up. I opened up the phone lines. We got a bunch of hate, or this person that we're dealing with has a bunch of haters, and it's just very odd. We'll get to that in a minute, y'all. Shout out everybody watching. Again, thank y'all for checking this out. We're going to go about an hour. I don't have to work tomorrow. I'm off for 3 days. I work a 5-2, 5-3 schedule, so I'm off tomorrow, and I'm happy. So anyways, we're going to have Pastor Mejia on here. The whole world is going crazy about Israel. That's wild. It's kind of crazy because we have our own problems, and everybody's just focused like a parrot. Israel, God bless Israel, and we'll give you our stance on that later, y'all. But I want to open up the show just with what we just dealt with. If you don't know, y'all, I run a page called The Advocate, and I'm gonna ask a question for all our day oneers and all our people, y'all. Like, this ain't even to say, oh, we're a victim or woe is me, but what happens, y'all, in America when you genuinely try to help somebody? There is no, chase for clout or all that, like they try to claim and whatnot. They say all these slanderous things, y'all. You try to help somebody and you try to bring awareness to certain subjects, y'all. It's like we've been getting hate since day one on this page. And I'm not just going to say me. I see really anybody. If you look into the history of this kind of stuff, y'all, people that try to help people or try to, I forgot that the director of that movie, with the children, I forgot what it's called, my bad, y'all, but I heard they were hate on him too at one point, y'all, the group that he was with. I'm just saying, y'all, you try to help somebody. Ballard. Yes, there's something would happen with his group, he had to leave it, but I'm just saying, why is it when you try to help somebody, genuinely, you try to help them, right? No weird, whatever, y'all. Either way, you try to help somebody and you just get automatic blowback. Like, I'm just curious to this particular situation. Is it just normal how humans react? When one group tries to help another group, one group basically sits there and is, leery, or you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say, y'all? Like, one group is like always going to be leery about someone else trying to do good for somebody. Like, they're always going to sit there and think there's a different motive. They're just going to hate on that group. I don't know if you catch my drift. Christy, help me out here.
No, I mean, I think it's just, it happened whenever we were really, involved with the missing people.
Man.
And also now, that we're involved with, a little girl that has been sexually abused. The vile and wicked people that come out of the woodworks, even going as far to say, just like a post that you made about Biden, how many people were straight bashing Trump, and especially this mom that gave her testimony tonight, that is fighting tooth and nail to save her little girl, and the people that were there to bash her. And when I say the most evil comments and quotes that I've ever heard,
it's
I just
crazy.
it put me in a mindset that the old Christy was here. I'm really not liking the way that I feel right now, because I just never have seen anything like it. I've never seen anybody bash a person that's fighting for their child, and especially with the proof that we have that we showed.
Yeah,
It just makes no sense to me.
it's very.
Makes no
I'm
sense to
telling
me.
you, y'all. That's one thing though, right? Chrissy's talking about basically, this lady, this woman's trying to help get, advocate for her daughter, right, and get her justice. I'm not even talking about that though, sis. I'm just talking about people in general. How you try to
No,
help
I mean
somebody.
too.
They
Yep.
yeah. There's a whole other topic. These people are like, there's a group of people that are actually hating this woman and doing for the accused, right? I'm saying like. Nowadays, you try
Even
to help
family.
somebody, and
Yeah.
you're just getting blowback, even for trying to do good. But maybe I shouldn't be too, confused about it. That's just how the world works. Let's get to this video, y'all. This is what happened
No, I
earlier.
mean, and I
Go
do.
ahead.
I want to say this real quick. I do. It's like this selfish, entitled mentality. It even goes as far as like with family members. Like you
Yeah.
help them
Oh,
and
that's
you
a
do
whole
for
nother topic,
them.
sis. Whole nother
But it
topic.
is. I mean, it's yeah. But I mean, it's the same type of thing. It's like no matter who you help, regardless of
Man.
what group it is, if it's Trumpers, if it's talking about Israel versus Palestine, whether it's talking about Trump versus Biden, where it's talking about family, it's all the same mentality. It's this entitled mentality that you should help me. You should keep your mouth shut. And if I need more, I'm coming back for more. And it's like they just want the wicked to win, and it'll never be in my mind. You'll never get me in that mindset.
Yeah, it's wild, y'all, and that's a whole nother thing, y'all. I don't want to be too candid on here, y'all, but I told my kids, I tell them all the time, y'all. I love to spend time with my kids here at the house. I'm messing up, y'all. My bad. I love to spend time with my kids at my house, y'all, and barbecue and have traditions with them because, to be honest, y'all, we really ain't even like, I don't want to talk too much, but like really just dealing with other family and friends, y'all, it's a no go. I would rather just be with my kids and my wife, the people that I know for the most part will never turn on me. And if my kids turn on me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's my kids. It's like my friend said. My friend said that he don't let nobody borrow money that he knows, right? Because you know damn well that you can't get it back a certain way. You can, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna
Yep.
turn ugly. But your kid, he said, I would let my kids borrow money because hey, if they burn me, they burn me. That's my kids. What can you do, right? But it's kind of the same thing with me in my situation. I would rather just hang with my immediate circle, my wife and my kids, because hey, at the end of the day, that's that's my people. That's really my family. So the whole thing with, I'm glad you brought it up, sis. The whole thing with family and friends, y'all. I text my cousin. I say, cuz in the end, you're not gonna have many people left in your corner. You know what I'm saying? As I get older and older, I just I don't want to say find more reasons to cut people off, but I just find myself cutting people off more and more. And it ain't to say that I hate somebody or I'm wishing ill against them. It's just that you could be a nice person, y'all, and still look out for yourself and your family and your peace, where you don't want to deal with other people that are toxic or just bring problems and
Yep.
drama to your circle.
I told you, Nino, I said that prayer
Amen.
that God would keep evildoers and wrongdoers away from me. But I'm just warning everybody, when you say that prayer, better be prepared for the doors that close. Like people that you didn't realize aren't in your true circle, that don't have your best interest at heart. Whenever God shuts that door, you better believe He did it for a reason. So be prepared. It's a strong prayer to say, but I've seen it happen firsthand.
Amen. And so let's get with this. Y'all messing with these comments, Chrissy, but talk about this. What do we do tonight, sis? We had some breaking info about this case, and we're going to talk about it, y'all. It's pretty wild. Go ahead, Chrissy. Give the rundown before I show a little bit of this.
So we got a call from a mother a couple months ago, I guess it was, and was distraught, just literally beside herself. She received a call. So let's set the fact finding up from the beginning.
Okay.
The mom dropped the little girl off at daycare. At 9 o'clock, they did the first diaper change of this little girl, and everything was fine. At 11 something, mom gets a call from the man that's working there. He's not the owner. He just is part of this daycare organization, saying that the child is bleeding from her private area, from her vagina. The mom says, "Send me a picture. I want to see it immediately." The mom gets the picture. And we don't know if this is the first diaper. There could have been one even before this one that was even worse. But so from 9 to 11, something happened to this little girl that the diaper was complete. When I say that this diaper, if you see it, it literally will turn your stomach. It will make you want to punch the wall. It is disgusting. So the mom immediately calls the police, takes the little girl to the emergency room. They do a rape kit on the little girl. When I say this, I'm saying this with all clarity. It was diagnosed. It was not ruled out. It was not to rule out. It was not a possibility. It was diagnosed hymen abnormality and sexual assault of the vaginal area. The little girl was sexually assaulted. The videotape shows that this man that's not supposed to be changing diapers is the one that changed her diaper last and is also the one that called the mom to say, hey, your daughter is bleeding. We've gotten so much more information since then about some of his wicked and vile and perverse things that he has done. But the people that came out of the woodwork for us defending this man, even the hardest thing for me to swallow, Nino, was there was a post made about the 2-year-old little girl. They took the 2-year-old little girl's picture and made a post that says, hi, my name is Ariana. I was raped. Would you like to meet me? It put me into a mindset that I literally, I'm not going to apologize for anything I said on that live because I meant everything that I said. I did use some foul words and things like that. But the people that were defending this monster who has allegedly fled the country and is in Juarez, Mexico right now, it just disturbs me. There's nothing else I can say about it, Nino. Like the things that this little girl has gone through, I just cannot. They were bashing the mom because somebody saw her out getting her nails done. I said, good for you. Good for you to try to remain and have some kind of normalcy in your life, because I'm sure she doesn't have much of it.
This is crazy. I'm showing the clip. I think it's almost got like 1,000 views, maybe 2,000 views. Guys, this thing just went crazy. People calling. I opened up the phone lines. I probably shouldn't open up, but man, she had her whole. This is crazy, right? This is a whole nother topic, y'all, of just how it's weird how people can go on TikTok and on social media platforms and bash somebody, right? It's like a hate group has come after this mother of the 2-year-old, and they all showed up, y'all, on this video. And now I know why, because they have a group and they're privy to this info, and they're in there just talking crap about this mother. And they all showed up on this video and they're in the comments talking crap. They called in talking crap. Like, that's what I'm saying earlier, y'all. It's two things that are weird. When you try to help somebody in life, especially online, they come against you. Then someone's a victim and people go defend the accused. They defend the pervert basically over the victim. Like, that's weird. Or is it really weird? Or is that how mankind is wired to always be, what's the word here, sis? They're always, when you're not sure of somebody, when you're always, what's the word here?
Hypocrite, or not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not hypocrite.
It's not hypocritical. It's,
I don't know. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone from my mind right now.
You're just basically always, you're cautious of leery, cautious of somebody, right? You just think the worst of people. Either you think good in people or you look at the worst of them. So this whole video, y'all, if you get a chance, check it out, y'all. This thing done blew up. It went crazy. It's not what we expected. People were pissed. People are commenting now on it. Like, man, they do not believe this woman or this child, I guess, and they're defending the supposed accused child predator. It is wild.
It is. And the thing is that, I told the mother, and I was very candid with the mother, that you and I do our own fact checking, and that although, here's my thing. And you and I talked about this, Nino, on the back chat. We cannot for 100% certain say that it was this man that did this to this child. What we do know is that we did see 100% proof of the medical report. We know that she went into the daycare fine that morning, that she was fine during the first diaper change. Then at 11 a.m., she wasn't fine anymore. But here's my thing. If they are not trying to hide anything, wouldn't you be right beside that mother trying to figure out what happened? going to the hospital with her, talking to the police, doing all of these things, not hiding your cell phone, not leaving allegedly
This
to go
dude
to
did
Juarez,
everything.
to,
Go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
to
sis.
go to Juarez, yeah, to go to Juarez, Mexico, and all that. They have not stood behind her at all when it's obvious what this little girl has to go through. A 2-year-old has to go through sexually transmitted disease testing. How how hard would that be mentally for a mom? This has me shook. And the mom, I'm telling you, has so much more strength than what I have because
That's
I've just been pissed off. And I've told you that, Nino, since we had the interview. Like the haters got to me tonight. I can't say that they didn't. I'm thick skinned, but it put me into a mindset of like a place that I don't like to go.
Guys, I'm telling you, check the video out if you get a chance. I'm not even trying to plug the video, to be honest, y'all. But she gives a summary. But the thing to watch here, and thanks for Allison giving the word skeptical. And that's what I'm trying to say earlier. When you're skeptical with people,
Skeptical.
basically, the video goes off the deep end. We start talking crap to the comments. We probably shouldn't even be addressing them. But all the haters came in the video. They start calling in. We start getting into it with them. And again, y'all, people are actually doing for the accused, not the victim here. So I said it's weird. Go ahead.
And the wicked comments that they had, there was a man on there.
Man.
And that's whenever
I'm gonna clip
really
that
kind of
part.
snapped.
I'm gonna clip that part, Christy, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's really whenever I kind of snapped. He posted a scripture on Facebook to Nino saying we shall love our enemies and all that. I'm sorry, I'll never love a predator, a sexual predator. If I have to answer to Jesus about that on Judgment Day, then I think he will be more than glad to hear why I don't. I will never, ever love a sexual predator. I will never, ever hug one of them and say, you're my enemy and I'm going to love you through your sin. You will never see me do that. But then in the next breath, when you called him out, was talking such vile and perverted things to you that I lost it. Like I lost my stuff on him. And that's the type of people we deal with. Like you said it best, Nino, in our pre-chat, you have to be super, super thick skin to deal with the stuff that we deal with. Whenever I tell y'all death threats, I'm not kidding at all.
Yeah.
Like death threats, people threatening to dox us, to do physical harm to us, all of this. And all I can say is just bring it. I'm prayer protected and I'm not worried about any of them.
Hey, man, hold on real quick. Guys, and it's kind of interesting, right, that we keep bringing these points up because I'm going to be honest, it ain't like we're making a lot of money on social media platforms. The MAGA movement has kind of thrown us to the curbside, like we're too religious for them. You know, we don't stand for any kind of funny business, any weirdo activities. We call it out on the MAGA side too. Like y'all, we are to the point now where, man, this is getting real. Being on social media and making TikToks and making funny videos, that's one thing. But being on social media and being a content creator that is religious and political, trust me. Like Christy said, and I said in the pre-chat, you have to have thick skin and you got to really be prepared for this kind of blowback because they will hate you, persecute you, give you death threats, and maybe even try you in person. Thank God it hasn't happened recently, but or to me. But guys, it's not a game. And then that's what I'm saying. Not even getting really paid or getting nothing but infamy, not even getting famous. You're getting infamous, right? They don't even like you, and not getting paid. You start wondering, like, damn, is it worth me just getting death threats just for being on YouTube, just for me being on Instagram and having a popular page on Facebook? You know, I'm getting. I went to Walmart and I got recognized in Walmart. Shout out to the nice woman that shouted me and my wife out. I told my wife, I said, I bet you that lady probably thinks that my wife was you, Christy, on the phone because you're on the phone with me. But my wife's, that lady saw my wife, said, are you his wife? And she's like, yeah. She goes, oh, good to meet y'all. She's like, you're the advocate. You're the guy on Facebook. And she's all yelling all loud in the Walmart, y'all. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, I guess. But, you know, it's always, it's cool to get recognized, I guess, but not really, to be honest, because, these are not popular topics in opinions that we have, y'all. Someone talked bad about Kat Von D being a Christian, saying this for clout. I said, being a Christian in 2023 is not something popular. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're a Christian don't mean that you're going to be loved. You're actually going to be hated worse professing Christianity on social media platforms. But I digress, y'all. The point is, the hate is real. And we seen it. Check out the video on The Advocate. It's on the YouTube. It's everywhere, y'all. I didn't think it'd go down that way. And me and Christy got out the video, and we were still struck in awe due to the blowback we were getting on this subject and the hate the comments. And like, again, I really ain't tripping because we're used to it on the political side, but to see this on a mother and a 2-year-old victim, it is a sight to see, ladies and gentlemen. We had to make the whole opening about this because me and Christy, like I said, we were shocked about this, y'all. We didn't think the video would go down that crazy. Again, it's on the Advocate page. It's also on my Facebook, I think, and really on the YouTube. You can check it out. And it's this video right here, y'all. I don't know if I can tell the views. The views. Go ahead. It's crazy.
I was just gonna say, it just really gives more detailed information.
There's two videos actually. There's actually two videos about this. This is just a follow up because she's claiming. Yeah. This is another thing. She's claiming that the marshals want to arrest Joelle for this crime, and people are saying in their groups and their chat rooms that there's no way that she would know that the marshals have a warrant for him. They're calling the local police department and the detectives saying there's no active warrant. I don't think they're going to be privy to that information. I would think that the victim of someone would know if the marshals are looking for the accused, right? But again, that's what the video was about, for her to give an update about this guy being wanted by the marshals and him allegedly being in Mesco. Okay, so go ahead, sis.
I was just going to say, and just so that people kind of know where my mindset comes from and the reason that this just affects me so deeply is, I've talked about before that I worked with little girls ages 6 to 12 that have been sexually abused. And some of the things that I saw, just no person in their whole lifetime should see. I told Nino a little bit more of the story of the little girl that has a permanent colostomy bag. But, her mother was a nurse and worked third shift, and her stepfather took care of her at nighttime, and he would sodomize her with baby oil. And not only if that wasn't the worst part of it, he would sit the baby oil out on the breakfast table, on the kitchen table during the morning before she would catch the bus, and make comments to her like, "I can't wait for tonight," and kind of like grab the baby oil bottle and put his hand on her shoulder and stuff like that. And she would go into like catatonic states about it. It got to a point, Nino, that I literally could not even go out in public without analyze. I had such an anger in me towards everybody that I couldn't even watch a normal family give affection to each other without over analyzing everything.
It affected you, huh, Chris? That's what I want to say. It affected you, huh? Because you started like questioning every person that you've seen. Y'all, this is crazy.
Every person. Yeah. Every person. And
so safe to say, sis, we don't take this stuff lightly, y'all. I'm a father.
I don't. This isn't a video. This isn't, let's find something to do, a live about. This isn't looking for content. Like, I take this stuff super seriously. And it not only affected my life, but kind of my son's too, because I never have even let him spend the night over at my father's house with my dad and she's my stepmother. Never has he spent the night over there that I wasn't there. So I became so even overprotective of him. When I tell you it affected every part of my life, it did. And I'm still kind of that way to this day. Like, I don't trust people. I watch everything. I analyze everything. And we kind of laugh whenever we say that I'm the list keeper, but I am. Like, I remember things that people say to me, the things that people have done to me, and I just don't forget it.
Amen. Totally agree. Hey, shout out Chicano Tube in the building. We'll be on that show pretty soon, hopefully, God willingly. That's the brother right there. Hey, Chicano Tube. Yeah. Hey, but anyways, yeah, this gets 2.6 thousand views already on this video we did with that I'm showing right here. There's a pamper. It's crazy, y'all. It's very sad. And I know Chicano Tube, that's another one. He's like us, y'all. We don't play with the kids. Do not play with the kids. And I even said, because Kim Rangel said a good point, it don't matter if she was an adult entertainer. They say she was a stripper. What does that got to do with her child being attacked, right? But then, like I said, basically, y'all, we don't play these games. And Kim Rangel making that statement, and it's true, y'all. People are attacking her because of her past. Look, y'all, we do not play with stuff like this. Where I come from, you do not play with someone's kids. It's simple as that. And I guess people have forgotten that mindset. That I don't know if they have forgotten. Let's be honest, y'all, because it's one thing to do that. And that's what I said in the video. Everybody's mad at this woman telling her, "Why are you being so vocal? Let the court take its place and the police." I said, you know what? How would you react if it was your child? Think about that.
Just look Look at the diaper, Nino. I mean, and then below that is the hospital report. I mean, I have a notebook that I keep for every interview that Nino and I do. I keep a notebook with all the pertinent information in it. And this lady, they're trying to say that she's lying, that she keeps exposing herself and all this. There has not been one discrepancy in the times and the dates and anything that she has said. They've accused her of damaging the property of the daycare.
Oh,
She was
I
like, then
said,
why haven't I been arrested? Yeah,
there's no
but
proof
just
though.
like her point. Yeah, why haven't I been arrested? There's no proof of that. Like, I just in my mind, like, try to sit and really use critical thinking. If this mom is trying to make up something, she would be called out for false allegations and for false reporting against somebody if this was true. This man is nowhere to be found. We opened up the platform and told his family, his friends, have him call in. Better yet, have him go live, going to a police department and showing that he doesn't have a warrant for him.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't want to hear any of that.
Hold on real quick. And that's what I said, y'all. And that's another thing I said. Check out the video, y'all, on the Advocate and also on the YouTube channel. Man, I'm telling you, we went off the rails at the end. We opened up the lines. Probably shouldn't have did that, but we did. But y'all, this is what I want to ask you, because I said this because everybody's talking bad about her being on social media, being, publicizing this. Guys, we've seen many people be a victim, and they wish they would have been louder because now their case is on the back burner. Okay, dealing with exploited missing women and children. We do run the Advocate page.
And how many people?
Go ahead.
How many people have we had that absolutely hated us that have turned full circle and came back and asked us for help?
Yep.
They don't want Nino and Christy until they're desperate and they're the victim. And like Nino says, once you get that victim status, you can't come back from it.
I'd rather be loud and talking my crap from day one than sitting back and waiting for the police to do their job. Not bashing the police. We back to blue, but I'm just saying, like, you have the right to express yourself. You have the right for freedom of speech. If my kids are missing or exploited, damn right, I'm going to speak up for my kids. I don't care what anybody says. But that's what I said, y'all, because everybody's mad about how she's going about doing this, story or her, advocating for her daughter. I said this: what would you do, ladies and gentlemen? Forget everything. Forget what you've been taught. Forget everything. Just clear your mind. What would you do if your child was, essayed, right? Watch my words here. What would you do? How would you handle it? I even said, I bet some people will probably even take somebody out. They probably be sitting in the jail cell. We don't know how we will react if God forbid, something like this would happen to our kids, y'all. Nobody knows. We all can say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to, whatever. But nobody really knows until this happens to them. And we hope this doesn't happen to people that watch or just anybody we know or anybody in general. But the simple matter of the fact is, this does happen, and it actually happens more often than you think. And the worst part is it happens by people that you know. But like I said earlier on the live on Instagram, y'all, we live in a society nowadays where, just think about this, really forget everything you've been taught. But we live in a society nowadays where it is normal for you to take your newborn child from newborn to 10 years old, whatever age it is. I don't even know, even 6, 5, before you go to school. You take them to a daycare where you drop them off with strangers, people you do not even know, and that's where you get where you get someone to watch your children whenever you got to go to work. Think about that, y'all. That's not really normal. I don't think none of us should be leaving our kids. This is my point of view, Christian, conservative, whatever you want to call me. I don't think any of us should be leaving our kids with any strangers and even any family members. Let's be honest. But again, in 2023 in America, this is the norm. There's a daycare across my street. People just drop their kids off day and night. And that's the sad thing about this case with Ariana. Her mother leaves the baby at the daycare, and we don't know. But from what it looks like, this guy is going to the store every day, buying one single-use condom. He's a married man. Then come to find out, he has rented a single apartment near this daycare with no furniture, but he orders a Kama Sutra sex couch. So again, is it normal for you to leave your kids with a complete stranger at a daycare? I guess by today's standards, it is. But if you really think about it, I don't think it's normal whatsoever to leave your kids with anybody besides you or your spouse and maybe a family member or two. But to be honest, I don't leave my kids with nobody. It's just me and my wife that watches my kids. Go ahead, sis.
And I said on the last video, and I'm going to say it here too, so many parents feel secure whenever they hear that the daycare workers have been through federal background checks. The same for nursing homes. Actually, the same for even Disney employees. And look how much exploitation comes out of Disney. And the thing about a federal background check, it just means you haven't been caught yet. It doesn't
Right.
mean that you don't have those urges or those tendencies. It just means that you haven't got caught doing it yet. And this man wasn't even licensed to work in a daycare.
There's a bunch of problems.
There's just a bunch of problems, and it's just sad. I know that one of my best friends in the world owns a daycare in the town that I was born and raised in. She literally has a camera in every room that the parents can tap into at any time. I would have to, if I had to have ever used a daycare, that's the kind of daycare I would have had to have, that I could see
Yeah.
what my child is doing at every single second.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's all I was going to say, is just that, if you don't have to send your child to daycare, then I never would. And I was blessed that I didn't have to.
And I even thought about it. They should have cameras in every school too. Think about that. Every
Yep.
school should have a
Yep.
camera where you can just check in what your kids are learning, right? I thought about it the other day. Anyways, y'all, this is the page, The Advocate. Like I said, it's really a nonprofit. We never ask for nothing from nobody. It just happened from us basically helping with the case in my local right here in my own hood, my own neighborhood. A girl went missing by the name of Madeline Pantoja. We went and searched for her in the pastas, in the fields, me and my people, me and my people in my community, we cared, and it went viral. The page went viral, and even there, we got a bunch of blowback for trying to help. They try to even somehow say that I was involved. Like, I'm saying, y'all, you try to help people, and then they'll end up with these weird allegations and these weird conspiracy theories against the person trying to help. Like, now I see why people really don't want to help nobody nowadays, because after the Madeline case, right, Christy, we really didn't want to help nobody no more. We were going to shut the page down because we got a bunch of blowback. People were saying that I don't want to say too much about it. It was just a bunch of drama with the page, y'all, but we ended up revamping it and renaming it, and then we started helping other cases because we're not just people needed our help. So this is the page on Facebook. Hold on, real quick. This is the page on Facebook. Check it out if you get a chance. It's called The Advocate. We just did the video interview with Ariana's mother, the update. We have her other interview on YouTube. But again, this is the page for missing and exploited women and children in West Texas, really in the whole United States. But we focus on our backyard where we can get hands-on if we have to. Check out the page if you get a chance, and that's where we are. If you need any help or assistance, we can help you with the best. We're not professionals, but however we can, we will try to help your case. And there it is, The Advocate. Before we move on, Christy, final words. We got some other things to talk about. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that, with The Advocate, we were going to shut it down and all of that. And Lacaria Moore's mom called us hysterical. And then we had just people literally, when I tell you distraught and hysterical, calling us, crying, begging to help find their loved ones. Nino and I, neither one could sleep. I remember us having phone calls at 3 and 4 in the morning that, neither of us could sleep because it was just weighing on our heart so much. And, the thing is the blowback we get, we never ask for money. We don't ask for anything. We do the best that we can do to try to help. We're not professionals, but we do the best that we can do. And I can tell you a bunch of haters is not going to stop me. And, I don't know how you feel, Nino, but I'll never let some internet comment stop me from doing what I feel like that I was brought to do.
Hey, man, hold on. I don't know. I don't know if haters will stop me, to be honest, because I'm telling you, y'all, but before we move on to our next subjects, y'all, this stuff weighs on you. I don't know if Chicano Tube is still in here, but I noticed when he made a transition on his page, y'all check out Chicano Tube, one of my favorite podcasts on YouTube, but I saw when he kind of made a shift on his page to talk more about politics, and I even saw them, they're Trumpers kind of. Also, I know his wife is. I know Mikey supports Trump too, but when I saw them starting to transition that way, I kind of I don't know if I kind of sent him a message or maybe a comment, but man, be careful, because once you go this route and once you start touching on these kind of topics, y'all, you're gonna get some kind of blowback and hate that you probably, I don't know if anybody's ready for. And I'm not just talking about them, I'm talking about anybody, but I'm just saying sometimes I question myself too. I'm like, you know what? Screw it all. I got my wife and my kids, my business. I make good money. I have a house. I'm blessed. I don't need this crap. So I'm not gonna sit there and say the haters are gonna stop me or not stop me, or motivate me. I'm not gonna say that crap. I'm just saying there comes a time in your life when you start wondering, hey, is it even worth putting my safety and security on the line for my opinion and my stance? And if anybody says that I'm a weenie for thinking this, you must not been long enough like I have to ponder these things, because once you get so much hate, blowback, and doxing, and all these death threats and threats of violence, you start to kind of think like, damn, is it really worth it? So like I said in the beginning of this video, you have to have thick skin to be doing this kind of stuff, y'all. Again, I wish my channel was a popular channel and we talk about other things, unboxing and videos about electronics. I mean, that's the ones that get all the push on Instagram, y'all, and YouTube or whatever. But when you touch on these topics, y'all, you get the hate, you get the blowback, and it gets real. So again, hopefully we'll continue. And I don't have no plans on stopping, but best believe me, my family comes first. And if there was ever a reason for me to stop doing it, it will be for the safety and security of my family. Again, y'all, it's wild on social media. It gets real. And if you think I'm tripping, you ain't done it long enough, or you have never done it, because it's not a game. It's crazy. And with that, y'all, let's move on. So check out the Advocate page, y'all. That's our page on Facebook, and the videos on YouTube. But man, check it out. It's crazy, the stuff and drama happening on the page. Let's get to this, y'all. Boom. This is the other day I posted this, y'all. Well, I'm on the wrong page over here. My bad. Man, I had this lined up. Oh, it's over here. My bad. Boom, Safari. Biden trying to build 20 miles of the wall. This was a while back, y'all, before Israel. We're going to get to all that, y'all, tonight on the show. But supposedly Biden, people are saying, sis, that he's lying. Let's be honest, y'all. Of course, things happening in Israel, whatever. To be honest, we'll talk about that in a minute. But we have problems here, okay? And now it kind of seems plausible these connections are having, saying that, hey, Hamas or all these terroristic groups, maybe they're going to start busting moves here in America, because you see nothing but grown, able-bodied men coming through the southern border, okay? So this was a couple days back. Biden was supposedly going to build 20 more miles of the wall. I don't believe him, but the hypocrisy, right? Now he wants to have the solution. Wall. Go ahead, sis.
He can't even spell law. All he wants is credit. It's election time. All he wants credit is that he is going to look like that he made some kind of difference by saying he was adding 20 more miles to a wall whenever he shot it all down when it was Trump's idea. I don't trust this man. Something should have been done long before now. Now, we're in a place that we don't know what to do with all these illegals coming in. None of them are being vetted. And we caused it. We did this to ourselves. All these Biden supporters need to thank each other.
You're right about that, sis. So basically, the Biden administration quietly announced plans on Thursday to add to the border wall in Mexico, blase, extending the construction of the barrier that was signature policy. Donald Trump, go down to the very bottom, says Joe Biden pledged while running for the White House he would not build any more border wall, and announced in a proclamation on the day he took office in January 2021 that no taxpayer funds will be allocated to do so. Hypocrite, liar. He got the problem and the solution. There he is, y'all. Again, thank Biden and thank his supporters for what's happening in America. It's a catastrophe and it's horrible. We'll keep touching on it every chance we get. So the next one, y'all, is going to be this. So I'm going to go from there to, let's move on to this is the next one. We'll get to Israel. So this was crazy, right? Me and Chrissy basically had a live, I think, this day that I posted this. And I said, damn, that makes sense. I don't know if you know this or believe this, y'all, but the FBI secretly is targeting Trump supporters, labeling us domestic violent extremists. And I think my last live I was kind of saying what I said earlier right now about being hated and for your stance. And I was talking about by people, but I didn't touch on this, y'all. But this is another aspect of being a MAGA hatter or a Christian or whatever you are that's against the norm. They can watch you. They can label you. And they can also target you, and they can arrest you. They can put you away. J6ers. This is pretty interesting, y'all. Pretty scary times we're living in, when the feds are doing this to us. Chrissy, your thoughts on this? Go ahead.
No, I think it's been happening. I think we've been watched for a long time. I think it goes everything from as simple as being shadow banned to having our accounts banned to, what happens to me every time I go through an airport. I have to go through the gunpowder testing. I have to be searched. When I say searched, I mean searched in a private room and all of that. And I just think it's been happening to us for a long time now.
Yeah, crazy. Amen. Chicano 2 says facts. Around here we've always led and not followed. Amen. I salute Chicano 2. That's the homie. Alexander Ponce, been a day one follower. Shout out everybody. Y'all think in the comments, y'all. I'm not really reading them right now, but thank y'all, everybody, all my people. Shout out Tito, everybody. But yeah, y'all, this is crazy. I don't know what to tell you about this because the MAGA gets real. I've had a MAGA hat on since Trump announced, he was running, and my wife even said this. One time she got pulled over, and I've talked about this before, y'all, and the police straight up like did her wrong. They were very
I
high,
remember that.
they were highly aggressive with her and my daughter. She was taking my daughter to school at 8 in the morning, and they were all up
Yep.
on my wife. My wife was like, "Damn, who y'all looking for?" And at the end of the whole thing,
And
he finally let her go. And my wife said, "No, no, hold on." My wife told him, "Hey, you were highly aggressive this whole time. Is there a problem here? You're not just going to send me on my way after you treated me and my daughter a certain way." He's like, "No, I wasn't highly aggressive." She goes, "What's the problem here?" But it seems like every time that my wife gets pulled over, and I tell her too, but we try not to really dwell on it. But every time that she's been pulled over for minor infractions, I'm not gonna lie, my wife's always driving around the city. Once in a blue moon, she'll get pulled over for maybe speeding, or I don't even think she was speeding. She probably rolled a stop sign. Who knows, right? In the hood. But every time she runs into the police in my city, they are extra with her, sis. And I'm like,
the
damn,
way that they were extra with your daughter pissed me off. Didn't you say that they wanted to pull her out of the car, asking her for identification?
they try to get
She
her
wasn't
ID. And my wife said,
She
no.
wasn't even 16 at the time.
My
Yeah.
wife said, don't give them your ID. Like, we're not playing these games.
Yeah.
Yes, hey, we back the police, but at the same time, we back the Constitution, baby. You ain't going to just do us like that. Matter of fact, officer, you work for us. No disrespect here and being all, oh, y'all work for us. I'll pay your check. I'm not going to be like that, but I'm going to be like that. You work for the people. You should be backing up the Constitution. And everybody knows me in my city when they falsely detained me at the Beto O'Rourke situation, when they illegally arrested me and my wife for preaching on the sidewalk. The police in my city have done me wrong many times, and I never broke a law. Okay? So I back the blue, but at the same time, I only really back those that back the Constitution. Because there could be some tyrannical police officers out there. And I'm going to be honest, the police in my city have a bad record with dealing with the Constitution. I don't even know, to be honest, if some police know what the Constitution stands for, or even know that they're supposed to be upholding it or abiding by it, or, you know, backing up the Constitution. They get this position and they want to sit there and just tell you got to do this, that, and the third, and give over all your rights. That's not how it works, ladies and gentlemen. We have rights as private citizens. The police just can't come around and be telling us, barking orders at us if we're not doing nothing illegal. Okay? And that's not being anti-police. That's just being pro-Constitution. Amen? We need to know our rights, and that's all there is to it. But again, it's kind of weird that my wife, every time she runs to the police, they're extra with her. I'm like, damn, is my car marked? Is my information marked in the system? Like, hey, this guy's a problem? I don't know. But again, came out. This hasn't been fact checked. This ain't a fake report. I get my sources pretty good. I do a good job at reporting the best I can. And this is just very crazy that this is what they are doing in 2024 or leading up to 2024. Hold on. There's that. Let's continue, y'all. We're going to get to Israel. This is a hot button topic everybody wants to talk about. So next is, this guy got caught. So now the dude wants to cry, right? This dude's crying. This is the super predator that slashed the dude's neck. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people got kind of mad at us saying, "Why are we doing for the guy?" I'm just reporting the news, ladies and gentlemen, and I give my opinion in the comments here and there. But people are kind of saying that this guy was Antifa, the journalist Ryan Coster, what is his name? I forgot his name. It's on here. Ryan Carson. I don't know if he's Antifa. Yeah. And me and Chrissy did a video on this, y'all, with the breakdown. And to be honest, I'm not going to mourn for that leftist being taken out, to be honest, because, hey, he's probably an abortion lover, whatever, right? He's an op. But I'm going to say this. I didn't like about the whole situation, y'all, how you could not walk in America down the street, 4 a.m., whatever time it is, in New York City, one of the biggest cities in the country, without being attacked by a thug. In the video, they have better audio. This guy told that guy, Ryan, what are you looking at? And then killed him. Okay. So yes, he's a leftist. Yes, he's an op. I'm not going to cry for him, whatever, right? He wouldn't cry for us. But at the same time, y'all, I'm not really like doing for him. I'm just saying it's messed up where you can get killed for walking down the street, regardless of what you are. He didn't ask him if he's a lefty. He didn't ask him if he's a Trumper or what his political opinion was. This guy saw him walking down the street. He was mad. This thug turned and said, what are you looking at? And then he cut the dude's throat and killed him in cold blood. To me, I said that's wrong. Go ahead, sis. They caught him and he's crying. Go ahead.
So I got a little bit more information about the man that was killed.
Okay.
He was a huge BLM supporter, and also was a tree hugger. He was about environmental awareness and all of that. But the thing that disgusted me the most, and I have to say this, is that the girlfriend set up a GoFundMe for the victim's family.
She set one up for who?
The victim's family, the victim's parent.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I did read things about him at first, that everybody was talking about all the good things that he has done, but then come to find out, like I really delved in deeper I did a lot of fact checking on who he really was. He was a huge BLM supporter. See how that worked out for him.
Wow.
Yep, and the everybody's like the girlfriend's friends set up a huge GoFundMe for them so that they could miss work to mourn him, and then the girl ended up setting up a family for the victim, or a GoFundMe for the victim's family, and it's just all a weird thing because she's a BLMer also.
She set up. Hold on, but she set up a GoFundMe for who? For her boyfriend?
No, for the victim. I'm not the victim.
Yeah, but you're messing me up when you say that. What do you? Yeah.
Victim. I keep saying victims. No.
So hold on, Chrissy.
For the murderers.
So there's
family.
the aha moment. So you're saying she, and I had read a report, but I didn't post it because I couldn't validate the story that she was asking that this guy gets released. That might sound pretty plausible if you're saying that she set up a GoFundMe for this thug. That's what you're saying.
Yep, and I saw the report, and I went to the GoFundMe, and it was there. Now, if it's still there today, I don't know. This was a few days ago, but yes, and I kept saying victim. I'm so sorry. For the murderer's family, she set up a GoFundMe.
Are y'all hearing that? Like I heard it, y'all.
Can you do the wah, wah, wah.
No, but y'all listen, everybody. The leftist's girlfriend, she could tell she's a lefty. She's her armpits stink, whatever. But she set up a GoFundMe for this murderer's family. All right, let's continue, y'all. So who's next on the list? We're gonna go to Israel. Y'all check it out, y'all. Okay, so we'll continue. Hopefully get Pastor Mejia tomorrow. Oh, increase. My bad. I'm fighting in my city, y'all. This is another local issue. I'm at it right now. They want to build 3 new schools in my city, 40 plus years of debt, $3 billion. They're lying, saying it's not a tax increase. Guys, let this just be a lesson. I wrote this on the comments or the caption. Let it be a lesson in your city. There's a big old swamp in your city. There's a group of leftist, liberal lunatics probably doing the same thing they're doing there. You need to fight in your city, stand up. And I'm a frugal conservative. I'm not for any tax increases, and I do not want to pay for these freaking schools that my kids don't even go to. My kids done graduated. They went to the high school my wife did. They did good. Not a big problem. It ain't the school. It's not the building. It's the teachers, okay? So they want to basically push this agenda of getting 3 billion plus, and they're lying about it, y'all. They're saying it's not a tax increase. That's a lie. This video proves it's a lie. They're saying there's not going to be a tax increase. They're saying all kinds of fluff, y'all. But we all know that nothing in life is free. And the word bond,
they just move it to a different thing, right?
Yeah, but
they don't.
And that's the thing, though. People think the word bond means free. The word bond means connection. We're going to be connected to a $3 billion debt for 30 plus years. And I'm saying, hell no, I don't want this. I'm a frugal conservative, and I just don't want to build new schools in my city. That's not going to answer nothing. But there's other people that are on my side that basically said, they're teachers also. I did an interview. They said that they are for schools and better teaching for the community. But this bond is full of pork. It's full of wasteful spending, auditoriums, stadiums, whatever. This is not the right bond for my people. Me, I'm just a frugal type wild conservative. I don't want a bond. I don't want to build new schools. Other people that I'm with that are against this bond are saying that they are for new schools and better education, but they're saying this bond is not it. Again, we're trying to... Go ahead.
The lady that you spoke to said that y'all don't even have enough teachers to support the schools you all have now.
We don't. So
it's at 96% staffed, which means there's a 4% deficit right there. But then you want to build new schools and new sports stadiums and all of that. It just doesn't make any sense. You don't even have teachers that can fill those spots now. It just makes no sense. Wild.
Let me ask you this question. Josh says, how do you feel about these non-CDLs having drivers in the Permian Basin? What do you mean, Josh? You mean the companies or what? I don't understand the question. How do you feel about these non-CDL having drivers in the Permian Basin? Oh, you're saying that the drivers don't have CDLs? Arrest them, put them in jail, do what you got to do. I don't know if they don't have a CDL and they're driving a commercial vehicle. I don't know if they can get arrested, but that's a no-go. Actually, I'm against that, and I'm against sand haulers. Ladies and gentlemen, I've almost been killed by a sand hauler, and they usually supposed to have their CDLs. They're a bunch of foreigners, people from out of Midland. They come and work here. The Cubans, Puerto Ricans, they're not even Mexicans no more, y'all. Nigerians, there's Asians. And I'm not trying to say I'm against people coming and working here, but I'm just saying, y'all, they're not from my city. They come here and they haul the most simplest thing to haul. Don't need no endorsements, a sand truck. And guys, they are killing people. Every accident I see, 80% is a sand hauler. I'm against sand haulers, I'll be honest, with or without CDLs. But those that are driving commercial vehicles without a CDL, I hope they get busted and fined, them and the company. I'm against that because I got my CDL and I have my X endorsement. I haul oil. It's not a game to have a commercial vehicle, especially an 18-wheeler with 80,000 plus driving down the highway. It's dangerous. Go ahead, sis.
I wonder, it'd be something good for you to look into to see if they've made any loopholes because the need is so great or something like that.
Yeah, I would have been on top of that, but I will look into it. But there really is, the DOT and the state troopers are hard out here. But the thing is, there's 10,000 trucks and probably 500 troopers, if that. So it's hard to catch them. Go ahead.
What was the driver hauling that stopped in the middle of the highway and whenever you had your wreck? What was he hauling? Was he a sand hauler?
No, he was okay. he was a Californian. He was from Cali, driving through, hauling bulk freight, maybe Amazon. I don't know what he was hauling, but he wasn't even an oil fielder. He was just a guy that got caught out here, and the roads were kind of slick, and he blocked the whole interstate, and that's when I wrecked my truck a couple years back, y'all. But he was a foreigner too, out of towner. Let's get to the main topic here, y'all. Y'all ready?
Can I say one thing about these?
Hold on real quick.
About the school stuff? Okay.
Audio. All right, go ahead about the school stuff. Go ahead, Christy.
Tito just brought up a good point. He said, also, we are currently finding out that some teachers don't have the right certificate or degree to be a teacher. In Midland,
yeah.
The lady that you talked about this, that
we
they
have that video.
Non-certified. Yep, that they have non-certified teachers. They have made certain provisions in states and cities and counties now because they can't get enough teachers, that if you have so many college credits or have so much experience that you can be a teacher without being a licensed teacher.
Sis, and that's the problem, y'all. I said it simply in my video. I don't want more people in West Texas, okay? They're coming from everywhere to my city, and I know it's a pipe dream. They're going to keep coming to make money in the oil field, but me and my wife hate it. My wife, I kid you not, I said the other day, you can die going to Chick-fil-A. My wife was on the phone. I talked to her when she was coming back from Chick-fil-A. She said I almost got in a head-on collision going to get Chick-fil-A. There's too many people in my city. They don't give a damn about my city, right? And in the end, they're trying to make schools for these people that are foreigners, that are out-of-towners, for they can leave in 5-10 years when the oil goes down or when they made enough money. And who's going to be left to foot the bill? I am. Me and my family, my grandkids, God forbid. We're going to be paying the damn 30 plus, the $3 billion for 30 plus years. Freaking pisses me off, y'all. I'm old fashioned. I'm hard headed. I'm conservative. Call me what you want to call me. I'm not progressive in any way. Somebody was telling my wife, "Oh, we need more schools to compete with the big cities, Dallas and Fort Worth and Houston." No, we don't. Let's keep our city small as much as we can. So there's my case. I'm sticking to it. Let's get to the war. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a war at the southern border. We're being infiltrated by God knows who, and Israel took over the whole platforms. It's all over Facebook, and I'm just gonna make this real simple and clear. Pastor Mahia will be here tomorrow and explain it from a biblical standpoint, but this is my stance on Israel. As an American citizen and a Christian, I don't believe, let me go ahead and just get my big screen here. As an American citizen, a Christian in 2023, I do not stand with the current state of Israel whatsoever. I do not want to give any money, any financial support, any military weaponry or equipment to Israel or to any country for that matter. Okay? I'm across the board, everybody. America first, no money, no help, nothing for no other country except ours. Again, that's a pipe dream. It's not going to happen like that. But that's my stance. Christy, give your stance politically, and then I'll give my biblical stance. Go ahead, sis. What's your stance on Israel?
I don't care about anything but America. I might sound cold-hearted. I've had people say that Israel is the Holy Land. It might be the Holy Land, but that doesn't mean the people that are in it are holy. you know what? I don't care about billions going to anybody. I know that myself, I am struggling beyond belief since I have been sick. I know neighbors that are struggling to get food. You know, it just doesn't make sense how we can find this money to give billions of dollars to other countries, and we
Yep.
can't take care of people that are working. And you know, you got people working and doing anything they can to just bring home groceries and can't do that. So I don't give a flip about Israel. I don't give a flip about Ukraine. And
Nobody.
that's my stand.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
that's my stand.
So with saying that, Pastor Mahia will be here tomorrow. I'm a Baptist. Chrissy's a Baptist. I'm gonna tell you my religious opinion. Y'all let me know in the comments, y'all, if y'all stand with Israel, because if you don't know it, everybody on Facebook and Instagram is standing with Israel. But then again, a lot of people that we follow and rock with, they're not standing with them. Hold on. A lot of people that we're following, that we rock with, they can call us anti-Semitic, whatever they want, y'all. We're not rocking with Israel. Now, my biblical standpoint is going to be the same. I do not stand with Israel biblically. Most Christians believe, I believe, a lie. They were taught, if you do the research from the Schofield Reference Bible, they interjected this Israel worship. If you look up 2 verses of the main ones, and I already got them memorized because I'm always debating with people about this, and I hate to be fighting with people on Facebook about this, but check it out. Genesis 12:3, right? I should probably pull it up right now. Genesis 12:3 and Galatians 3:16. I have those memorized. These are the 2 verses that will really put it into this. But again, this is my point in a nutshell. Biblically, I do not believe that God's chosen people are people that live in a little state far away that reject Christ and spit when they see the cross. We have the videos, we posted it. I believe that God's chosen people are simply those that believe on his son, Jesus Christ, both Jew and Gentile. God is no respecter of persons, the Bible says. So just because you live in Israel doesn't give you a free pass to heaven. You have to abide by his commandment, which is what? To believe on his son. That's basically the main thing, is to not call the Holy Spirit a liar and believe the gospel, which is Christ died for our sins and rose again. Hallelujah. So religiously, I do not stand with Israel as them being God's chosen people, due to what I believe the Bible teaches very clearly, that God's chosen people are those that believe on Jesus. Simple as that, y'all. Jew and Gentile. It's open for everybody. So again, I'm going to read Genesis. This is the verse they try to use, y'all. I have to bring this up because it's very important. Genesis 12:3. This is the one that everybody uses. They're like parrots. God bless Israel. God bless Israel. Bless those that bless thee, or whatever. It's not what it says, y'all. It's not talking about a future state of Christ rejectors. This verse is talking to Abram and the seed of Abram, which in Galatians 3:16 proves it's Christ. We are the heirs to the promise, those that believe on Jesus. But let me get to this verse, y'all, and I'll make it quick. I know you probably want to hear preaching, but you're going to hear preaching. Genesis 12:2 says this. Crazy here. 12:2 says, and I will make of thee a great nation. Well, let's go back to 12:1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee, you, a great nation, and I will bless thee, you, and make thy name, your name, great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. People use that verse from the Schofield Reference Bible. They inserted the word Israel or the nation or whatever. They use that verse, y'all, to simply give Israel past modern day Israel. I don't. The verse doesn't say that, y'all. It's talking directly to Abram. I'll prove it to you by reading the Bible. Genesis 12:1-3. Read it and give joy, or give joy to the Lord. Amen. So let's go to the next verse, which is, like I said, Galatians 3:16. I know you don't want to hear this, y'all, but y'all going to hear this. This is going to pair the verses, y'all. This is how you know it's proven fact. So if you go to Galatians 3:16, it says this. Remember what I just said about the seed. 3:16 says, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not, and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Christ. The promise was to Abram and the seed of Abram, and Galatians 3:16 shows who the seed was, Jesus. So again, my biblical, and we can go on and on, who Jesus called the synagogue of Satan. There's all kinds of other verses, whatever, and people can get mad, and they get so mad when I bring this up, y'all. But my point is this. As an American, I do not support Israel financially or with weapons of anything. As a Christian, I do not support Israel because I believe they reject Christ, and the Bible's clear. You have to have the Son, the Father, you have to have the Son. They reject the Son, y'all. It's clear as day. Everybody knows this. So religiously and with my political side, I do not support Israel. And I'm saying it as respectfully as I can. I know people are going to get mad. It's not a popular stance. But nowadays, people are waking up to this, y'all, because it just don't make sense to keep sending them our money for what? Christy, your thoughts before I move on from this point. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say my biblical belief is this, and it says it just through two scriptures. The first being John 14:6. I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me.
Amen.
And then the second one is Hosea 13:9. O Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself, but in me is thine help. And I will never stand with a Christ rejecter. I've already said what I needed to say about America first, and that's just my beliefs. I don't care if people like me for it. If I'm wrong, like I said, Jesus can talk to me about it on Judgment Day.
Wow, look, someone said right here, go and take the curse from God. Look, what's the curse from God? Where's the curse at? See, per person like this is always going to be stuck on the verse that bless those that bless thee or whatever. That wasn't talking to a future nation of Christ rejectors. Again, I'm not going to sit here and just be going back and forth with these people, y'all. They're brainwashed. This guy has the star of Rephaim on his picture. That's not the Star of David. That's actually a satanic star that is talked about in the Bible, the Star of Rephaim. Look it up. I do not back them up no matter what anybody says. We will have Pastor Mejia tomorrow on the live, and he really got some good verses and some good points about this situation. Either way, it's like what Alex Ponce said. He ain't Mr. Super Religious, the brother Ponce. He says we can't be affording wars on sending money to wars. It's simple as that, y'all. That's their business. I say we should stay out of their business. You know, Palestine and Israel. I don't know if you noticed, y'all, but I saw a map and it showed Palestine and all these old countries back in the day. Israel was nowhere to be found. So people say free Palestine or give Palestine their land back. I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, if you look at the maps, the way it used to be, they never had no land over there. So, you know, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know how it works with the land grab and all that, but they got something going on over there, and I don't care. That ain't my problem. That ain't my business. And there it is. Let's continue.
Well, Biden's inserted himself, you know, for the American people into this because he's moved the warships close to Israel. And, you know, I don't stand for it. And I just think it's a shame that we always have to be in the middle of everything.
Amen. Yeah, I'm not gonna respond to this dude in the comments. Hold on.
There's no because you're never going to change it.
Well, not just that, sis. It's like it's all over. I talked to my wife earlier, and I was thinking, I even text Pastor Mejia because, man, he really got some good point. But I noted it down with two verses, y'all. Genesis 12, 1-3, and then Galatians 3:16. Again, someone like this person, they're just been deceived by the Scofield Reference Bible. That Bible inserted the Jewish worship into that scripture. They applied.
He told Israel it was going to destroy itself.
Yeah,
and I don't feel like that a woman should be preaching or any of that. Amen. Those are just my two favorite verses. And I mean, he said that Israel was going to destroy itself. Is Israel the Holy Land? It absolutely probably is. But that doesn't mean the people there are holy.
I mean, it's simple, y'all. You can't have the Son without the Father without the Son. They reject That's Christ and say what you want. Say that America does too, but you know what? America was founded on it was a Christian nation, and the Christians are here. That's all I got to say about that. But again, Pastor Mejia will be on tomorrow, and he'll explain it better. But like I said, y'all, I do not stand with them. I don't care what anybody says. But like I told my wife and I told Pastor Mejia, it's like people, they're just brainwashed. They're brainwashed to believe these things that all they hear is the same thing over and over again, repeated so many times. They say the same thing, and they put the Israel flag, and they, you know what I'm saying? They do all the extra stuff, y'all. Not me. I'm an American. I'm a Christian. God is no respecter of persons. Just because someone lives in Israel doesn't mean that they're granted, you know, access just to get to heaven. That's God's chosen people. The Bible's clear. God's chosen people are those that believe on his Son, both Jew and Gentile. With that though, it's just crazy. This popped off, y'all, because it took over the whole news cycle. It's kind of weird, huh? The border's going to crap. All this stuff happening, and all of a sudden Israel just takes over everything. I'll continue going. Let's see. I got some more stuff on here, y'all. Oh, this is pretty interesting what Ian said, right? This guy, kind of same wavelength. He said both the Israel and U.S. government, mainly by the way of Mossad and the CIA, created Hamas, just like they did with the Al-Qaeda and dozens of other key organizations around the world. It's funny how these organizations always end up being a reason to drag us into war. I met this guy. This guy's cool, Ian. The only people who pay the price for this are innocent civilians and taxpayers. These things don't happen by accident. If you're going to catch care about the situation, care about the effing truth, blindly pretending that one side or the other is the good guy is exactly the type of bull they want everyone to buy into. Hello, the politicians and their banking masters sure know how to send aid, but never know how to end conflict. It's a money grab. And like you said, Israel and the U.S. government helped start this problem, right? But they want us to end up giving our money. I'm not playing those games. Let's continue, y'all. Got a little bit more. Biden to announce new military aid. Here we go, y'all. Throughout the day, this is stuff I'm posting in the news. Biden to announce new military aid to Hamas, to Israel after Hamas attack. So right here showing that Biden's preparing to send additional military assistance to Israel. The taxpayers' dollar is going to go over there, y'all. I'm against it. I hate it. But what can I do? I'm just a, West Texas oil man. Let's continue, wrap it down. Oh, this is pretty interesting, y'all. Christians love to, back up the Jays. Here they are, y'all, spitting on the cross. And if you look at this, look it up more, Chrissy. People are pissed in this video, but this is their routine, sis. What do they call it? This is what they call. This is normal for them. This is taught to them to basically spit whenever I think they see the cross. But this is how the Jays in Israel treat the cross when they see these Christians walking down the street. They're spitting. I think the next day is when they got attacked. But this video went viral of the Jews walking down the street with their children spitting on the cross. Sis, what do you think about this?
It puts me also in a terrible mindset because I love Jesus and I stand firm on my beliefs. So it's just hard for me to see this. I know that people said they spit on Jesus too. They're Christ rejectors. And as much as I love Queen in the comments, she's my sister. She wants to know what the Jews have done that are so bad. And so I was just kind of typing back and forth to her and told her to come listen to Pastor Mahia tomorrow. But they're Christ rejectors. And she said, well, so are the Buddhists. Well, I don't stand with Buddhists either. But I love Jesus and I, they'll have to answer. These people just all have to answer. And that's all I can say about it.
If you want to know a good documentary to watch, hold on real quick, y'all. This is pretty crazy. There's Queen Sheba. If you get a chance, check it out. It's called Marching to Zion. I'll probably put in the comments, but it's called Marching to Zion. And it's a pretty good expose on the whole situation. Pornography. Tel Aviv is the gayest city in the world. Look up the rates. Usury, putting interest on money. There's a lot of things that certain people did. I mean, who owns all the banks? I saw another clip, y'all, that all the media is owned by the Jays. I digress, y'all. Look it up yourself, y'all, and it's a deep rabbit hole. I don't want to get flagged on here for anything I'm saying, but those that you can't question are the ones that have all the power. So again, if you get a chance, watch the movie Marching to Zion, and you will be very surprised on what you will learn. They've been kicked out of all these countries for certain practices. Man, I don't even want to be saying certain things on here, y'all. When they circumcise their children, the rabbi puts his mouth on, I'll be quiet there. That was blunt. We did a story on that in New Jersey where kids were getting herpes on their. It's crazy, y'all. This is. Yeah. I gotta be quiet what I'm saying here. Just look into their beliefs and what it is. I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. But Marching to Zion explains a lot. I will never stand with these people. I'm a Christian. I'm a Bible believer. Say what you want, but again, this is my point of view, religiously or politically. I will never stand with Israel, and I feel like I got good reason. And if you research this, you will. You probably realize too, there's a Talmud that they study. It says that Jesus is boiling in a tub of human excrement. That's what their book teaches them, the Talmud. They hate him. I don't even want to talk about it. It kind of upsets me.
I told you.
Go ahead.
I told you about the man that I worked for, Nino. He was an attorney out of New York. He started his own private home healthcare agency in Florida, and I worked for him. And, I never really thought a lot about things that I said whenever I would wish somebody Merry Christmas or whatever, but I happened to mention Happy Easter to him. When I tell you this man got in my face and was literally screaming at me so loud that his spit was hitting me in the face, telling me that he was a Jew and not to ever wish him Happy Easter again, and I lost it. And I will never stand with anybody who rejects Christ. I don't care what the reason is. There is not a reason. I don't care if it's Mary next door or Sally down the street. I love Jesus, and I know what I have to do to get to get to eternity. So,
Amen. And Sheba said the Talmud and the Torah, you'll be surprised to realize that most of the practicing Jews, that they don't even really practice Judaism anymore. They do look to the Talmud. They do look to their teachings and the traditions of man. Like I said, watch the movie March into Zion, and it shows you what they really believe. They're not just walking around, reading the 5 books of the Old Testament. That's not what they believe. I would even say it goes as far as saying Jewish mysticism. Like I said, do your own research and check them out. Don't just believe me. Find out what they really believe in. And again, it's not really just the Old Testament. They study the Talmud and all kinds of books from their old traditions of man that Jesus warns us about, right? Getting traditions of men. That's what they do. Basically, Jesus was going through the whole Bible rebuking these people. He was telling him a lot of stuff. Synagogue of Satan. Like, Jesus was not playing games. Again, do your own research, and that's all I got to say about that. And
Pastor Mejia is really going to be able to break down a lot more tomorrow. Yeah.
And again, y'all, we're touching on some topics that get you in trouble talking about it nowadays. But like I said, we really don't care because we've always had this stance. We never stood with them. I don't care what anybody says. You're not going to change my mind. And trust me, you're not going to change their mind. You're not going to go to Israel and go profess to them Christ is Lord, and they're going to sit there and listen to you. I mean, you could try, but from what I heard of people that preach to them, they're one of the hardest people to win over to Christ. They really hate Jesus, and I'm just being honest. So there it is. Let's continue. Laura Loomer, she's a Jew, but she's on Twitter saying this, y'all. Stay out of major cities. There's going to be massive T attacks in big cities over the next 14 months. We have been infiltrated. Our borders are open and to push and create a global Islamic caliphate has been activated, whatever. You don't want to be in major cities, so stay away. She said this on Twitter, y'all, and the only thing that I thought was pretty interesting about this is somewhat true because our borders are open. So if you think about it, y'all, I always talk about, the pot bubbling over. We have the right perfect storm on our hands, y'all. This thing could pop off at any day with this stuff with Hamas, with Israel, and then the borders open. Guys, we are looking at some dark times approaching. Go ahead, Christy.
No, I think that we haven't vetted anybody. We have no idea what, I've said this before in the live, we don't know what diseases are coming over. We don't know what political affiliations are coming over. We don't know if ISIS is coming over, if Taliban, that we left so many weapons and everything to. We don't even know who's here. They can't even begin to act like they know who's here. They can't even get a good estimate on how many illegals have infiltrated Texas. They said it could be that they think it's between 4 and 6 million within the last year. They don't even know. They don't even have a number of how many have.
Yeah, it's wild. And then I don't know, y'all. I just look at it very odd that, like I said, Israel, it's all over Twitter. It's all over Facebook, Instagram. And I even posted this. I know people ain't going to like it, but this is what I posted, y'all. Like, this is the next one, y'all. Like, wake up. Oh, my best from my other page. Wake up, y'all. The PSYOP continues. They want you to think a certain way. That's all I got to say about that. And if you don't, they'll label you every name in the book. Again, if you've been following us for a while, everybody knows our stance, y'all, on Israel, on salvation, on Christianity. We don't ever change. We're MAGA hatters. I'm just telling you, y'all, wake up. Don't fall for this. Don't fall for this, this PSYOP, right? They want you to focus on what they want you to focus on. And even me, I'm posting this stuff about Israel because I'm telling you, it's all over the feed. That's all they're talking about now. But y'all, the southern border is wide open. We got problems at the southern border. We're going to keep talking about that stuff, y'all. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, hold on real quick. And we're there. We're out of there. Guys, check us out on all platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything, y'all. Thanks for joining us tonight, y'all. God bless all our people watching now and on the repeat. Check out the Advocate page. Crazy Live. It went down in the chat, y'all. They called in. They were pissed. Christy, final words. Go ahead.
Nothing, just exactly what you said. Use discernment with everything. Pray for these babies that are out here being abused and the hate that happens if you happen to be a victim or the victim's mother. I'm going to keep spreading the truth as much as I can. I'm going to stay as strong for as long as I can. It's hard doing this, but we're in it for the long haul, and
Amen.
just thank everybody for being here.
We'll be here, y'all, because the way I look at YouTube and everything, y'all, it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, some people like my boy Charleston White, they blow the internet up by storm, and me and him really, me and Charleston White are really agree on everything. I guess he just does it a different way, and he done blew up. But on YouTube and all these platforms, y'all, it takes a long time to grind it out. You know, it just don't happen overnight unless you're like this sensation like CW. But I said to say this, y'all, we're gonna be here, you know, God willingly until, you know, I don't even know how old I'll be, but I'm just saying we'll be on the platforms pushing the gospel, pushing the truth, pushing our free speech, our opinion. And you ain't gotta like it, or we hope you do like it. We hope you do follow along and roll with us, y'all. We just want to push, you know, our faith, our beliefs, our family matters, you know what I'm saying, our conservative values, and as simple as that, y'all. We hope you join us along the journey. And with that, y'all, thank you for watching Nino Radio. Oh yeah, we're out of here. Chrissy, thanks for joining me, sis. God bless you. It's been a heck of a night. Don't hang up, but we finna handle that. Remember, y'all, you're an American, you're a patriot, you got grit. Act like it. We're out.